Hello, everybody, and welcome to BetterQuest, the show about getting better and holding each other accountable. I'm Ben Hanson, joined by Jeff Cork.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Really well. About to go get better. This is BetterQuest. The way this works, Jeff Cork, is we have people in the MinnMax community who say, by got it, I want to get better. There's this thing that I've been thinking about for 1 month, 3 years, my entire life, but I should always do that, but I never really have the motivation. BetterQuest is about giving people some motivation based solely on the cruel eyes of peer pressure, I would say. So the way this works is every month we set a goal for ourselves, and we have people call in. If they're at the MinnMax Council tier on Patreon, which is the $20 tier, they can call in, talk to us, set a goal for themselves as well, then check back in the next month if they would like to. Or if you support us at any tier on Patreon, you can jump in the Discord where people are also sharing their goals. Like, hey, I've gone on a hike. Here's a picture of the hike. And then everyone in the chat says, oh, what a beautiful hike. It's those types of very positive back and forth that you can come to expect. And if you'd like to unlock the podcast version of BetterQuest, early access to the MinnMax show, our Patreon-exclusive podcast, MinnFacts, The Deepest Dive, the podcast version of that, the podcast version of Anna's show, Refreshed. There's a lot of benefits if you support us at the $5 tier. So if you want the podcast version of this, you can check that out. We'd appreciate the support. Any help sharing the show with a friend is appreciated. All right, Jeff Cork.
Yes, sir.
It's been a month. How has your last month been?
It's been really fun. I have been looking forward to checking in on everybody these past few days. I've really begun to look forward to it, like I just said.
We're going to be taking some calls. It's going to be fun to check in with everybody, see where everybody's at. Before we get to that, we have set goals for ourselves.
It's true.
Let's see. Even before we get to our own goals, Jeff Cork, how has your month been? How have you been on the betterness spectrum?
On the betterness spectrum.
That's
boy.
right.
It's been, I think, so much of just this, like, isolation stuff. I feel like a broken record, but it really does feel like every day is like the same day. The kids have started school. They're doing it twice a week now, so that kind of disrupts the routine in a good way. Because it just seems like so much of what's happening right now is we've all kind of found ourselves in ruts and routines. And I've kind of been kicking myself because I know when this first started, my wife and I were like, we need to like really make sure that we're engaged with everybody and that we're like coming up with activities and we're doing things to make this like, this is a really interesting opportunity, as a family. And it just feels like, oh, we have just absolutely squandered it. But I think in the interest of not just stepping on each other's toes the entire time, I think that the temptation would be almost like to become unbearably close, which I don't know that I'm super comfortable with that either. So it just seems like we're all kind of scattered throughout the day. We come together for meals and everything like that. But I think we give each other maybe a little too much space sometimes, but that was one of the goals this month. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we even get to that though, have you gotten closer through this, or is it torn the family apart a little bit because it's too much stress?
I think in a lot of ways we have gotten closer. And I absolutely don't want to sound doom and gloom about things, because I think that like over this time also I've really grown to appreciate my kids more just as people. I think that could also be a function of they're getting older. They're 13 and 11, and they're just super interesting people with like things that they're into that I find fascinating or repulsive, but I'm just interested in like, why do you like this? And just, they're fun to talk to.
Yeah. Well, talk to and to be lied at by, because we played Among Us with your oldest kid, 13. Yeah. He mopped the floor with everybody. And it was so weird to like be waiting for you to chime in and be like, okay, you're full of it. We got it, buddy. But it seems like he was even pulling a fast one on you, or were you pulling punches? I couldn't figure it out.
No. I was absolutely not pulling punches. Yeah, we were playing Among Us, and that like to a broader point, I think it speaks to exactly what I'm talking about. Is that I really admire him in just like when I was his age, the idea of being thrown into a game with a bunch of adults, I would have been really intimidated. Even though they're like people that he's grown up with, he's known you guys since he was a little baby, but like. It's still like, I don't know if I would feel comfortable mixing it up with a bunch of grown-ups.
Yeah, let alone like, hey, let's play a game of bridge with your parents growing up would be like, oh, this sucks, I'm uncomfortable. And then, okay, also the game of bridge, you have to stab them in the back and lie to their effing faces. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's the line, but also just being super comfortable around a bunch of people. Like, I am fascinated with that because it's not an impulse that comes naturally to me. It's just like, I'm going to jump into this social situation and mix it up and feel completely confident in myself. Like, he's 13 and it doesn't even like, he wasn't, I don't know.
So you think your kids are more outgoing than you were? Because they're like, absolutely. This sounds like a joke, but they're like in the circus or something. They're like all trapeze artists or something.
Yeah, the youngest one is in. He's like in a kid circus, like professionally run kid circus. Is not like they threw a tent or a sheet over some sawhorses in someone's backyard or whatever. He's like doing like gigantic trampoline and like high wire stuff. And
meanwhile,
awesome.
You were like, just calling into video game radio shows or whatever when you were 11,
playing Alex Kidd. Yeah, I was a real superstar of a person at that
Weird.
age.
Okay, so your goal this month was to have more patience,
and
be better around the kids. And then I wrote down, quote unquote, cooling it.
Yeah.
So how did that go?
For the most part, pretty good. And I know that originally I was like, well, how am I going to measure this? And I had this in my mind that I was going to like talk to the kids about it and say like, hey, I want to do this. I got in my head about it and I was like, you know what? That seems weird to bring them into this experiment because I don't want it to feel like, hey, your dad's he's going to try for 1 month. And so be sure you pay attention, but don't get used to it. It just felt really weird. So I was just like, I'm not going to say anything, but like, I'm going to go out of my way in a non-phony way, but like I want to find activities with each one of them individually that are like things that we could do together that are meaningful, that are just like, this is our thing together. Because like my wife with my youngest son, one of the things that they do is they've kind of gotten into a routine, like a couple times a month, they'll just spend an afternoon and they'll watch one of the Marvel movies and they're just going through all of them sequentially. And it's just like a fun thing that they look forward to. So my youngest and I, we've started playing, we played Fortnite together for a while, but it was getting frustrating for a while. So we started playing Rocket League, which is, the skill ceiling on that is very low. So, we're just instantly the best at it, but it's just like a fun thing that we're doing together. And it's unlike Fortnite where he's really good at it and I'm just like limping along.
Yeah.
We're both about the same level of skill in Rocket League.
Oh, that's nice.
Right now. So it's like fun and we're kind of getting better together on that. And then my oldest son and I, this is a lame activity, but it's like we can't go anywhere, so we're just watching Venture Brothers together, which there have been a few episodes like I've never watched it before and everyone raves about it. It is incredibly funny.
And really?
He's at the age too where there's like, okay, there's some real boner jokes here, but we're just gonna, I should have done more research. But at the same time it's like, yeah, he's a wise old soul at this point in his life. Like it or not.
Very down with boners.
Yeah.
Is there an acknowledgement when they're talking about boners for 7 to 10 minutes on Venture Brothers?
No, it's just kind of like oh geez, like maybe that's the acknowledgement. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
that seems good.
We don't have a talk about it afterwards. Like, I want you to understand that our bodies are okay. So what you saw Brock Sampson doing, his way is maybe different from but there's nothing wrong with his body. That doesn't happen. See,
this sounds like spending more time around your kids, but I'm curious about the patience thing. Because it seems like, I remember last month you're like,
the patience thing has definitely been I'm working on that one. My impulse is to be impatient a lot of times, but I'm just internalizing it. So it's not like I'm becoming less susceptible to that. I'm just doing a better job of like shutting up and not exhibiting, like not snapping. So I am doing a better job with that. So
mission accomplished? Is that what you're saying?
I would say mission accomplished.
Hey, way to go, man.
Yeah.
And we're all very proud of you. So you're saying this is like a real level up for you?
This is a real level up for me. Also, you didn't write it down on this list, but I also beat Bloodborne.
Oh my God. How did that go?
Well, maybe a caller will call, but
ooh,
our sweet boy Rob.
Rob
he
Hudak?
Basically, carried me the entire time through co-op, but could not be more grateful. He was an incredible help, and there you
go. Okay, maybe we can talk about it if Rob does call in. Jeff, I forgot to bring it up last month.
Uh-oh.
But somebody sent me a message.
Oh, no.
And they said, pay up, fat boy. Because they sent me a timestamp to a podcast, the Game Informer Show podcast, very good podcast, back in 2015.
Oh, no.
September 2015, where I made a bet with you that by September of 2020, of course I would have a kid. There was zero hesitation in my mind that this would happen.
Wow.
And Jeff Cork, today I'm proud to announce that I have zero children that I know of. No, so I owe you $10 because it turns out I was way off.
Oh, I love listeners. That's amazing. A very lucrative tip. Thank you, sir or ma'am.
Well, I remember, and no extra commentary here, please. But I remember, like, it's funny because I listened to the podcast again, and like Kyle was on, and Kyle's like, "You don't even have a girlfriend. Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh no, Kyle, trust me. I'll get somebody pregnant." No, did not happen. So mission accomplished, I guess. And we spared the world, and you get $10. So it's
that was in 2016.
2015.
Oh, 2015. Okay.
Yeah. So it worked out okay. My goal, Cork, if you recall, was it feels lazy. It was kind of simple, but it was also like the scariest goal I'd ever done.
Yes.
So what my goal was last month was I had heard somebody else on a podcast talk about doing this. And I was like, that's such a crazy idea. I love it. Is to make an anonymous survey about your personality and how good of a friend you are and send it out to all of your friends to fill out. And when I heard somebody talk about this on a podcast, it was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So it turns out it's incredibly easy with Google Forms to send out an anonymous survey and like don't have it track the emails, send it out. You can even like randomize the order of the questions. So hopefully people won't get like exhausted as they go through it, all that fun stuff. Still terrifying. Because like it turns out some of the cathartic moments or the most therapeutic moments about this whole thing isn't getting the survey results. It's what questions you write. Because it turns out the questions that you write are telling yourself how you feel about yourself right now and what you need to work on.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like this weird thing of like, oh, that's too deep. I don't know. And then as I was trimming it down to the number of questions I ended up sending out, which, God, is 20, 15, somewhere around there. I was just thinking like, God, this is so narcissistic. Like if a pretty good friend of mine sent me a survey and it asked, you know, like, does this person listen when you talk? I'd be like, I've never thought about that. I don't know, probably, you know? So I feel like a lot of these questions, I'm sure people were just like, whatever, right? So I sent out all these questions. It was tough to figure out who to send it to, what's that right level. You know, I like sent it to an ex-girlfriend. She's like, what is this? She's like, did you send this to all of your ex-girlfriends? Like, no, just you, because we're the closest friends. And so I trust her feedback the best. She's like, this is not fair, but okay, here we go. So Jeff Cork, the crazy part about this, sent it out to a bunch of people. I got 29 responses.
Yeah.
I have not looked at them yet.
You didn't send me.
I know, because I didn't want to spoil the questions for you. I wanted to go through it live on air.
Interesting.
So I
have a lot to get off my chest. I'll tell you some things anonymously later.
I hate your internet connection. Okay, so is it too much? Should we go through these questions here and the survey results?
Yeah, this is good.
So here's what it is. They're all a scale of 1 to 5. Okay. It's like a statement, scale of 1 to 5. Number 1 is strongly disagree. 5 is strongly agree. I figured that was the most fair form of survey, right? I then left one slot of, you know, keeping your anonymity, give me some helpful feedback on how I can get better. I'm not going to read those. That seems a little too much. So that's going to be just for me.
In what way?
Well, it's
that's the only thing I want to hear.
I know, same here. Well, it's because like, you know, somebody that sent the survey to, which by the way, everybody's responses were bizarre. Like some people were like, did you get hacked? Like, what is this that you're sending me? Like, no, I know it's weird. Just go for it. Trust me, I'm okay. And I had a couple friends be like, hey, are you doing okay? Like, seriously, what's going on here? Like, no, I really am fine. I know it's weird. I know. But then somebody was like, are you going to like read what I write? on the podcast. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's not fair for the people that are trying to give anonymous feedback. Like that seems a little bit much. So I'm not going to do that, but I might summarize some. Okay. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
Ben, here's the statement. 29 responses. Ben is fun to be around. Mm-hmm. Strongly disagree, all the way to strongly agree. Cork, do you want to answer these as we go?
Oh, that's...
or is that too much?
That's a bit much.
Okay, that's too much. Okay, this one is good. Looks like 75.9% gave a strongly agree.
Oh, that's sweet to hear.
Yeah. 1 vote for a 3. Like, fine to be around, which I love that. It's not just butt kiss rodeo over here.
That has to have been that ex-girlfriend, because, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's very true. We're dear friends, but yes. Here's one. Here's one I was worried about.
Okay.
Ben is too obnoxious.
Oh.
Looks like 39.3% say strongly disagree.
Okay.
7% say agree. So it's on that descending curve. So, okay. Slight. Couple people say yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Ben would help me out if I needed support. Agree is the winner there with 46.4.
Okay.
Disagree got 1 vote. That's interesting. See, this is good feedback.
Yeah. Fake friends.
Fake friends. Oh, here's good. Here's good, as they say.
Good. Ben is articulate.
Ben is selfish.
Oh.
Disagree got the majority there, 39.3. 2 votes for strongly agree that Ben is selfish. 3 votes for agree. I think that's a hard one. That's okay. Yeah. That's a note.
There's nothing wrong with being selfish.
Yeah, I guess so.
You are ultimately always there, so you may as well take care of yourself, right?
That's true. Here's a tough one. Ben can be too mean. Kind of a soft phrasing. Can be too mean.
Yeah. The
winner there is disagree, but not by much. This is a close, even spread. 8 votes, 28.6% were neutral on that. 10.7% of people said agree, Ben can be too mean. 3.6 say strongly agree. 25% say strongly disagree, but still.
Yeah.
I think that's...
I would say that you don't do it maliciously.
Yes.
I think that you have, in some ways, like a reptilian connection to other people at times, where it's fascinating to watch, but there are times where you see an interaction where it's like, oh, he's really going for it. You bypass a lot of the social norms, so you'll just cut right to the chase and be like, yeah, but how much money did you get for that?
Right.
It's like, oh, and sometimes it's like, if it's like an interpersonal conversation, I think people could misinterpret that as being mean.
Yes, I think you're right. So here's a question there. Ben is too blunt.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was worried about.
That's going to be strongly agree, right? That's going to be a strong, or agree is going to be pretty solid.
Strongly agree is 3.6%. 21.4% say agree, and then 39.3 say disagree.
Yeah.
So that's still the winner, but still. Okay, let's see. Ben is open with his feelings. That's in the middle.
Okay.
Is the winner there? Okay, so that could use strongly disagree. That's 7.4%. All right. Ben is empathetic. Right in the middle too is the winner there. Okay. Ben can be trusted with a secret. 3.7% say disagree. Okay. Ben is a good listener. Agree is the winner there, but still a little bit spread out. Ben is too stubborn. Oh, not too stubborn. Ben is stubborn. 50% agree. That seems like a biggie. Okay. Here's a generic one. Ben is nice. 53.6 agree, and then 14.3% are in that middle. That seems very fair. Ben is good at communicating plans via text or in person, which is a very specific complaint.
What do you want from that one?
Tim always would complain about this. I'm like, I'm just going to throw this one in there because it was a thing with him at least. Let's see if it was for other people. And by the way, when I pitched this to Tim, he said, well, this sounds like something created by somebody who's read too many YouTube comments. Well, that's fair. Ben's got a communicating plans via text or in person. Strongly disagree, got 7.1%. Disagree, 14.3%. So, okay. Ben is getting better. Agree, one there. That's nice. Ben should be more serious. 3.4% agree. And then disagree, got 55.2%. Ben improved social gatherings. Strongly agree on that one.
Oh, good.
That's nice. That's nice. Ben is open-minded. Agree, but it looks like 14.8% of people disagree that I'm open-minded. That's nice.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Did you ask your sweetie to weigh in on this?
I didn't.
Okay.
Because I think we have a good relationship, and I thought she would tilt the scales a little bit too much on the sweet end.
Interesting.
I think. Ben seems happy. Isn't that a terrifying one to put out there? Like, what if it was just strongly disagree?
Yeah.
Agree. Whoa, here. Disagree. Somebody voted disagree. 3.7% for Ben seems happy, which is, yeah, sure, that seems fair. Strongly agree, 25.9%. And then a lot of feedback that I will read through later. That's I've already taken up too much of your time. Seems
that
like
is my nightmare, the actual essay portion.
Yep.
That can really make or break this whole thing for you.
Here's one for you.
Okay.
Cork, that I'm just, I said, here's one. I know I said I wasn't going to read all of it.
Ben can keep a secret.
And their email address is right here. This one says, less rude humor sometimes.
They want that from you?
Yes, they want less rude humor.
Less rude humor.
Rude humor.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that's helpful. Well, I'll read through all those and cry myself to sleep. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to... What's that?
I said thanks, Linda, for that comment.
It's my mother.
Less rude humor.
Thanks to everybody that filled out that survey. I know it was very weird. All right, first caller is going to be IanTClark. Cork, can you fill us in on what IanTClark's goals were?
Continuing to lose weight, stacked with getting better with money and overall wellness.
Let's set a goal for ourselves here, Cork.
Yeah.
Let's try and keep people to one goal.
One goal.
Don't you think that works better?
Yep.
Oh, hello, IanTClark.
Very good.
Hey, how'd it all go for you, man?
Very well. Thank you very much. I know we're stacking, and I just heard your comment about sticking to one goal. I think that's a great idea. So I'm going to continue to keep track of the items I worked on. One thing I do want to confess to is I think I melded in when I talked about general wellness, because I am still on the weight loss journey, and I've lost over 20 pounds since we started.
Nice.
So I'm happy with that. I continue to go down each week. I really kind of getting better at money was an issue that we talked about last week. And I think I've made some good steps. I actually, every year doing taxes is like a fire drill. And I really thought that would be an activity, getting prepared, tracking everything well in advance this year would be a good step about getting better at doing money. So I put some things in place. I got QuickBooks to help with some of this activity. So I think I leveled up with that goal.
Nice.
For sure.
Well done, man.
Yeah, I moved myself up. I think level 3 is what I will be at now.
Perfect. So we have in the MinnMax Discord, we have a pinned spreadsheet. And so you can track yourself and when you level up each month in there. So please keep track of that. If you're listening and you want to play along, you can enter your goal and other people can track it along with you just for a little more accountability. Nicely done. And what's the end result? Do you get a yacht at the end of this?
I think when I get level 5, I get that grappling hook.
Very nice.
So that's what I'm pushing for.
That's cool, man. Did you have
the first step to getting your own yacht too? If I learned anything from movies.
Did you have a goal for October?
Yes, absolutely. So I revealed recently on the Discord that all my life since I was a little kid, I was in martial arts.
Oh, wow.
And as I was an adult, I kind of like when I got to my 30s, I kind of fell out of it. And my kids, I never really got them involved. And I have a very athletic daughter. I know I've bragged about her before. She's actually at college now for track and field. But my son, who's 12 years old, he is a big gamer. He is not athletic. Not that they're related. Let me be clear. But
sure.
It's just something he never showed a propensity for. There's no interest, and I'm not going to push him towards something that he's not interested in. Well, I think he's 12 now, so he's kind of at that age where he wants to get better himself. And so we talked about what could we do. He's not into the activities they have at middle school. He doesn't want to do cross country or any of these other things. And things are limited anyway, just with COVID. So I said, okay, I taught martial arts professionally for years and years. I haven't done it for over a decade. Why don't I'll teach you Taekwondo, and I'll teach you some Hapkido or Tang Soo Do.
Wow.
And so that's what I did. That's what we put in place at least 3 times a week. We're going to spend a minimum of 20 minutes a day doing martial arts. And we've done it a couple times already now. And it's amazing. It's like riding a bike for me except I'm way more chill now than I was when I was young. Like a lot about martial arts is discipline and kind of the military aspect of it. And you're yelling a lot. And that's not who I am today. So it's very good to see my growth and also to see him, who can confirm he's not athletic, but he's got a great heart and he's going to keep working towards wherever this takes him. And it's great family time for us. I mean, we've always played games together, but still.
Was it like a situation of, hey, let's get into martial arts? And he's like, okay. And then he just uses his arms like windmills and charges at you?
So he's always known that I have that background. And a lot of times my family will try to make me show off stuff around people. So he's seen me do things, and like, whether it's like with nunchucks or kicking stuff or whatever. So he's always known that I could do it. And he's kind of said, he's been open to, hey, let's do something besides play games together. And this is also accomplishing the goal of him to be more active.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
So it's kind of like a double BetterQuest.
Yeah.
Goal.
The double BetterQuest. My God, no one's ever landed that maneuver.
I'm going to do it.
That sounds super fun. Well, best of luck. And keep us updated on how everything's going in the Discord, man.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks for calling in. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for calling in, Ian. I was trying to say.
Ian Taekwondo Clark.
Yeah, no kidding. Next caller. Let's see if this will actually work. And of course it won't. But we do have a real next caller. It's Major Panda. Wait. Oh, hang on. It turns out it's not yet. Hello, mystery caller.
I'm Ronnie.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's best friend Ronnie, everybody. Welcome to the big show. Let me hear you say, hey-oh.
You invited me.
I begged you to join. Thank you. Ronnie,
say
with
the classic line again. I'm Ronnie. Just say it, please.
Hello.
And there it is, Cork. Hope you're ready. Ronnie, since, without revealing any details or specifics, what was your experience, assuming you did, of filling out that weird friendship survey that I sent to everybody and made them convinced that I was about to hang myself?
Yeah, that was frightening.
Yeah.
What was my experience? I thought it was very well done. Yeah. I think the only thing that I thought, like, wow, maybe it would be good to have something like just like some other, like a comments, like what else would you like to add to this?
Well, there was if you filled out the full thing, but I understand trailing.
Well, no. Yeah, no, I didn't do it. No, actually, yeah, you're right. I do remember that now. Yeah, it's 10 out of 10. Great.
Great. All right. Survey's in. Survey says. Ronnie, your goal was to have a candlelit dinner with your bike.
Yes, that's correct.
No, your goal was Cork. Did you find Ronnie's goal there?
Twofold. It's gonna meet the voice actor of Roach.
I'm happy to say I didn't find him.
Did you at least find somebody who looked like him?
Yeah, a couple people live here in Minneapolis.
Cool.
Long gray hair. It's cool.
Driving away from you on their motorcycle.
Wait.
But we've also got, as Hanson alluded to, take his bike apart, clean it, and rebuild it.
Yeah.
A 3-part process.
That was a big one.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah, I regret those words.
What happened?
Well, it's like I've learned a lot about mountain biking in the last month. And it's like it was just like one of those moments where I realized like that goal for anybody that really knows what they're talking about with mountain biking probably would have laughed at it. Because they're the major components, like like the brake system, the wheels, the drivetrain, and then just
the
like
seat.
The seat. Thank you, Ben. And then like the frame. And so I guess what I was playing around with is like taking apart and putting back together the major components, and have the bike bike just as well as before I heard it. And what I did find out is that I can. There are many things that I have learned. Like I've learned now how to index my shifting. So if I ever need to like take off my rear derailleur and put another one on, I can make it so it will shift properly and well, which was I think like a huge success. The things that I didn't do was I didn't rebuild the wheels, and that was like the one thing that people said you can't do that. Like there are some shops that probably wouldn't want to do that either. So don't do that. So I didn't do that.
But everything else, you feel like you got a better understanding of your bike for when you ram it into a tree 3 weeks from now?
Huge. Yeah. No, really. I also completely took apart the fork suspension, which was a 4-hour process. I mean,
Jesus.
I probably, in the past month, I probably spent 25 hours on my bike, just working on it, taking it apart, putting different things back together, just trying different setups, which just led to
wheel on top of the other wheel. We'll try this for a minute.
Yeah, that one didn't work. But there were just a couple of things that I could adjust on my bike that made it more comfortable. And so I don't think I would have done that had I not had the goal of just the overreaching goal of completely taking it apart.
Yeah.
But I know so much more now about particularly the drivetrain and the bottom bracket area. We're all just kind of a mystery to me. And now I'm I think I get it. I know how to fix that myself.
Did you take it all apart at once? So was there an exploded view, popular mechanics on your floor of your garage, the bike?
I think that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. That's not what I did.
Okay.
And that happened because the first day that I really took it apart, I just started with the fork. And again, 4 hours later, I'm just looking at a completely, disassembled fork and, crying, but at the same time, feeling like I can do this given another couple hours. And I did. Mm-hmm.
That's nice. When's the cutoff for when you stop riding a bike? Because it's getting darn cold out.
Oh, I'm doing winter travel, baby.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna try it. I think myself and a few buddies are gonna try winter biking this year.
God damn. All right. Well, hey, good luck. Did you want to set a new goal for the next month, or are you bowing out at one?
Ooh. I tell you what. I'll bow out of this one.
Bow wow wow. Ronnie. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Ronnie. The grand finale. Congratulations on your bike efforts.
Hey, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
What was that, Cork?
What even is Ronnie?
What do we do with that? We can't hear that. Much our dumb bike talk.
Slow internet when you need it. Saved us from that nightmare.
Yeah. Hang on, Major Panda. We got a Roche fan here?
Roche.
Hello, Major Panda. Jeff Cork, what was Major Panda's goal?
Streaming with my son, and I don't remember giving him permission to contact him. So, his son. Sorry, I misread that. He's streaming with his son.
How did it go, Major Panda?
That was actually my goal from the previous month.
Because you didn't check back in. Okay.
Yes. So the goal for last month was actually skateboarding.
Oh, getting into skateboarding.
Continuing to skateboard. I've been skateboarding for like 20 years probably.
Jesus. All right.
Probably longer than that.
How did the adventures go?
So I went to the skate park like the first Labor Day weekend, right? And like I was skating with some buddies for a few hours, and then I fell and broke my wrist.
Oh no.
So I was trying to do a trick, and I just ate it, man, so hard. I just smashed into the concrete and tried to catch myself, and all my weight just snapped my wrist.
Cork, do you have that sign that you're going to hold up that says MinnMax is not legally responsible for any BetterQuest accidents?
No.
Well, when I went to the doctor and they were like, you have a copay, I was like, send it to Ben Hanson.
Yep. All right. That's what the Patreon's for, I guess. Let's go. Oh, God.
But it went well other than that. I mean, they put a brace on it or whatever. And then, I landed a couple of tricks that I really wanted to land. And it felt really good.
Oh, God. So, okay. I mean, is it to the point now where you can't skate anymore?
Oh, no, I'm skating, baby.
Yeah. Whoa, skate or die.
Nice.
Closer to the die end of the spectrum.
I've actually broken the same wrist before skateboarding. So it's like as soon as I fell, I was like, oh, God, I know that pain. Yeah. I know what this is.
Oh, God. All right. Well, thanks for freaking everybody out. But it was fun up until that point.
Oh, it was fun after that point. After I broke it, I was still skating for like a good hour before I actually went to the doctor.
God, you're hardcore, man. Why can't we be as cool as you?
Well, I just had to follow Ronnie, so it's hard to be cooler than that.
You should meet that dweeb. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm checking my Google form. Yeah, I'd need to be nice. Okay. What do you have a goal for October?
Okay, so since you put it down to a one limit goal,
I think it's cleaner.
Yeah, for sure. I was actually hoping that you guys could help me decide, because I had two in mind.
Yeah.
But cutting it down to one, I either want to continue with the skateboarding, and I want to try to land a hard flip on my skateboard. So I used to be able to do those pretty well, but I haven't landed one in years. So I'd like to try to land one of those again. Or the second option, and this one is tough. I think I want to try to beat Persona 5.
Oh. Now here's, Cork, I don't know what your gut reaction is. One or the other there. Do you have one?
I do.
Which way are you leaning?
The skateboarding.
I think skateboarding, like beating the game is fine. We do it all the time. I understand Persona 5 is a game that cannot technically be beaten, so you'd probably be in the Guinness Book of World Records or something for finishing that sucker. But I think going for a physical thing, even though it's continuing the trend from last month, I think it's the way to go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the idea of focusing on one trick too, the hard flip.
Oh yeah, the hard flip. It's like a inward kick flip kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I actually posted a couple of videos in the BetterQuest channel. You guys can check them out. I do a 360 flip. I do a couple of primo tricks.
What?
Like primo, and then kind of do a body varial into a primo on the other side and kick flip out. And then I do a varial heel flip was the last trick I landed. I just uploaded that one yesterday.
That's awesome. Well, okay, so it's doable to actually do this crazy thing.
Oh yeah, I can do it for sure. I mean, it's called a hard flip, but it's like, it's a so-so flip. You know?
So-so flip. All right, if you insist. Well, that's cool. I'd say go for that, man, if you're feeling good about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel okay about it. I mean, it's getting cold out here, so
Yeah, but feeling okay is what we like to hear. But are you okay with your wrist? Is this going to be a risk to the wrist?
So I go back to the doctor in 2 weeks to get it checked up again. It was like a small hairline fracture. It wasn't like a big deal or nothing. So as long as I wear my brace, I should be all right.
Okay, sweet. Well, thanks for calling in and thanks for supporting MinnMax.
Hey, thank you guys, and congrats on beating up Bloodborne, Jeff. That game is super hard.
It's not hard if you have someone fighting for you.
Heard that.
We might learn about that later. All right, thanks so much, Major Panda.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Next up, Jeff Cork. It's the one and only from Ronnie to Donnie, Donnie Danico.
Donnie Danico. I'm scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it.
All right. What was Donnie's goal?
Lose 10 pounds and join a gym for some big boy workouts.
Donnie, we talking to Big Boy Donnie?
Hello, this is Big Boy Donnie.
Yeah!
Hey, the biggest boy.
How'd it go, man?
Pretty good. I did not level up, but now stay with me.
Okay.
I did lose 8.5 pounds.
Hey!
So
That's 10 by my count.
Thank you. I rounded up as well.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I'm feeling pretty good, especially because a month before I'd only lost 4, so noticeable difference.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, nice. And the gym?
Yeah, actually, that's worked out better than I hoped. Actually, it's actually a 3-story gym that kind of like wraps around in a weird shape. So they have these giant areas, and they have certain sections blocked off, so that pretty much everywhere you're working out by yourself. So I didn't even have to worry about being near anyone else on there.
Wow,
that's awesome.
So yeah, I've been going there 3 mornings a week, usually like before work, just to kind of give myself some energy. It's been really great.
Now, Donnie, I'm not trying to be a perv with a capital P, but what's the shower situation in this gym? Because that's number one reason I've never gone to a gym. It seems very uncomfortable.
You know, I agree with that. So what I do is I go to the gym, and then when I'm done, I go home and shower.
Mm-hmm. Smart. And nobody follows you? No one else is in the shower?
Well, I'm not trained in counter surveillance.
Okay.
But I don't think so.
All right.
I feel safe.
So you're saying I'm not legally required to shower at a gym. Okay. Interesting.
Jeff, you got that sign that says Donnie Danico is not liable?
Beautiful. Well, that sounds great. Congratulations. Do you feel better? Feel any different? Losing that weight? Getting in shape? All that fun stuff?
I do feel way better. I only like that much. It's not really noticeable visually, but I feel like I have a lot more energy going into work. And it's just nice during the workouts too. Like it's always like really tricky right at the beginning when you need to start up. But like when you're there actually doing the workouts, it's just really cathartic for some reason.
Yeah.
And listening to music, you know, it's peaceful in a weird way.
Right. You go for music over podcasts at the gym?
Yeah. You know, with the podcast, like I like to just have the podcast on when I'm doing that so I can listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
With music, you know, if I'm not paying attention to the lyrics, I've at least got the rhythm going.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. Congratulations. Did you want to set a new goal too?
Yeah, I want to carry this one over. I know I didn't make it, but I want to do 10 pounds again because I think that's just a good round number to get to.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, congratulations and good luck with the big month of October. Hey, go easy on that Halloween candy.
Come on.
Okay,
woo! All right. Thanks for calling in, Donnie.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye. Next one is Nail, also known as Michael, but Nail in the Discord.
Ah, yes, I got it.
What is it?
Finish another Adobe Premiere project.
Oh my God! All right, Nail, how's it going?
Oh
man?
wait, hold on. That sounds outdated. I thought I updated the sheet.
I'm sure it is. We're going off a different sheet because we're not very efficient. We should probably fix that. But okay, what was your goal?
Oh, okay. So I wanted to get Diamond in StarCraft 2 as random.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I take it back. I know I said I was shying away from video game goals, but that is a cool one.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I've been trying to alternate between like fun, creative gaming and then like actual good for your wellness and life goals.
Yeah.
And I've missed the last few calls. The Thursdays haven't been working out. A previous month, I wanted to get platinum, which I'd never done as random, and that happened pretty quickly. So then I set Diamond as the kind of pipe dream for the next month, and I did not succeed. I was trending toward that, and the season just ended, but I don't know that I would have gotten it had the season not ended anyway.
Is it to the point that you feel emotions when you get into the game and you're like, oh, Zerg, or like, oh, Terran?
You saying those words gives me emotions. I think it's the best game of all time.
No, yeah, of course. But is there a race that you're hoping for when it starts up?
So, I mean, my Protoss I think is probably diamond level, and my Terran is like gold, and my Zerg is like platinum. So when I'm Protoss, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm in control. I'm better than this person.
Yeah.
But the Zerg versus Zerg matchup is so terrible that I am nervous of getting Zerg just because I don't want to play Zerg versus Zerg.
And why is it so terrible?
It's just like a knife fight, man. Banelings versus Zerglings, and one Baneling blows up half your army. It's just there's so much entropy in there.
Yeah. Oh god, that sounds rough.
And it's just less fun to watch overall.
Yeah. But it's still fun. It's going well.
Yeah, so that's like the most excited gaming thing, or most excited I am for something gaming. During quarantine, my friend and we started playing every Sunday, and I hope we keep doing it till we're 65 years old. It's just so exciting and heady and metagamey, and we just keep lying to each other about what we're going to do in the same Discord chat. It's a good time.
That sounds awesome. So hang on, I'm so confused. That was last month, or that's the new month?
So that was last month,
right.
And so I came up short. But yeah, I missed a few call-ins, so that's your confusion is excused. But for the new month, I would like to get back to kind of what Jeff read. I had a goal during quarantine to make a video essay type thing about a piece of media that I'm passionate about, and I started a few, and actually I wrote a few, and I actually started making one, and I would like to finish that next month.
Yeah, what's the toughest part about that process for you?
I'm just the king of getting a lot of ideas and rushing to write down notes, but then not see them through to the finish line.
Yeah, so, I've had that a lot with MinnMax stuff where I've wanted to make more video essays and stuff. I feel like it's been a while since I've done something on my own, but I have just, a list of notes in my phone. I was talking about it on MinnFax this week, where one of mine was it'd be fun because I have footage of the entire game, so make an essay that's all about the similarities between The Last of Us and Final Fantasy VII Part 2. Or sorry, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I should say.
Yeah.
And then cool. Yeah, but then it's okay, I have a bunch of notes on my phone, then I just look at it and I'm like, what's the headline here exactly? What are the beats? I think it's just at a certain point, what is it beyond just me, having fun splicing these two things together? I think the scattershot of ideas is a good first step, and it's getting down to that structure and framing, and actually, am I doing something meaningful with this video, or is it just for the sake of creating a video?
And I feel like there's more pressure on you as a MinnMax guy. I'm just a person doing something for fun. So, I'm trying to learn video editing stuff and filming stuff that is new to me. Yeah. Well, best of luck, man. Could we give you any motivation? Should we choose a media topic for you, or what are you leaning towards? So I had one related to, they're not just general, but a topic within these works. One was with Lord of the Rings, one was with Fight Club, but the one I've actually started working toward is about Little Women. So hopefully James Smith will be happy about that. I hope he is. He's been dying for the deepest dive, so hopefully this will be something for him. And I guess shout out to Leo, because watching his streams is super motivating, but also he throws in little tips, and half the times he says, Hanson taught me that, so that's really nice. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. I feel like he knows more than I do. But yeah, if you're at the Backstage Pass, you can watch Leo edit watch laters, which I jump in, and I feel like I'm learning from him about just small things along the way. But cool. Well, best of luck with that, Neil. All right. Thanks. Have a good one. All right. Take care. Bye. Yeah, for an update on my goal from not September, but August, I wanted to finish that Oregon Trail documentary. And I'm to the point where I have a 30-minute rough cut done. And I say rough cut, but it's it is technically releasable as it is now. But I wanted to get it in some sort of finalized state and then get feedback and then go back in and I say gut it, but I don't know how many tweaks. But Cork, I sent it over to you, and you gave some nice notes about this area could be a little bit shorter if you wanted to. Yeah. I don't know how deep you want to get into the conversation about it right now. I mean, we can get in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think it came together really well. It's a super enjoyable watch. And it's just fun to hear people tell stories about the primordial days of computing, 1971. Yeah. Basically, you're just a typewriter that just would give you the what was happening, not on a screen, but just on paper. And the part that I have a tough time with, Cork, is I was debating
does it need an outside voice? Does it need somebody just to jump in at some point instead of just having the 3 creators, but somebody else to jump in and just be like, hey, for the history of gaming, like this is insane. 1971 is so early, but I don't feel like I'm educated enough. I'm going to maybe send it over to like the Video Game History Foundation just to see if they have like a quote that they could give me or something. Because in my mind, it's like, is Oregon Trail the first Rogue game? Like, is Oregon Trail the first of so many different things? It's so early. And the way they tell the story, at least, is that like it was all 1 + 1 = 3 out there until they came along.
Yeah. Well, they have like the lemonade stand thing that they alluded to. Like there are some like games out there, but yeah, by and large, I would reach out to the Strong Museum of Play too.
Yeah.
The Video Game History Foundation is a great source too, but I think the Strong would be another good one.
Oh, good. Could you tell that it was filmed in early 2010?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, the quality of everything. I was keeping that in mind too while I was watching it, being like, I know this is old, and I'm like looking at stuff, but it didn't seem old.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah, so hopefully we'll release that soon for a quick update on that. Next one is Ritkin. Mr. Ritkin. Looks like September was the last time we talked to him.
Oh, okay. I see it.
What's the goal?
Don't hit snooze more than 5 times the entire month.
Oh my God. Ritkin.
I made it.
You made it?
Didn't make it.
You gotta build it up. You gotta tell the story. He made it.
Well, right out of the gate, I did fail tremendously, and I used 4 of them on the first day.
Oh my God.
But then after that, I shamed myself just repeatedly, over and over again, and realized the benefits of it because I could like work out in the morning as opposed to getting off after work and work.
Yeah.
Also, make breakfast instead of eating a granola bar.
So was it situations where you'd wake up and you'd be like hand hovering over the snooze button and you're like, do I disappoint the BetterQuest community?
Well, actually, it wasn't even the BetterQuest community. I told my parents that I was having this problem, and my dad was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oops, sorry about that.
Whoa, this father's out of line. Got something he can get better at.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did feel ashamed because I told you guys this, and then there was a lot of people who had like really good goals, and then a lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff that was shared in the community outside of goals, and I was like, my main problem is I can't get out of bed right now. I should definitely wrap that up and resolve that. I did. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say congratulations. You did it though.
Thank you. I did actually end up doing what Jeff Cork recommended, though, by the way, and tossing it on. And my phone is now, charging station is now on the other side of my room.
Smart.
There you go.
So I do that, and I managed to avoid getting back in bed. Also, making my bed immediately, because then I'm like, well, then I'd have to make it again. So
interesting.
That helped out.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Do you have a new goal for this month?
I do. So as a kid, I was a fantastic writer, and like teachers would let me I skipped doing projects, and they were like, give me an essay instead, and I'd be like, jackpot, blaze through it, no problem. College, I had some stories published. Thought that I was the hot shit in my 20s. Didn't write a single thing.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Jeff Cork. My lord.
Came back. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I will tone it down.
You're fine.
But yeah, I came back recently, got my life together, tried to start writing again, sent a thing to a friend, and then I read it again 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever written in my entire life. It might be the worst thing I've ever read. And then I I had the thought of of course I haven't been writing. How could I expect to maintain that skill? So now my goal this week is to, or this month is to write 5 hours a week, not including journaling, because I already do that.
What?
So
really?
5 hours of preferably on this one story that I have an idea on, but I'm also going to be looking at Reddit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's just 5 hours a week.
That is going to be intense, but best of luck, man.
Well, I suspect it's going to come down to 2.5 hours on Saturday and 2.5 hours on Sunday.
Naturally, yeah. There's no other way it can go. We understand your alarm clock schedule, so.
Right, yeah. And also COVID, making that real easy, especially in Brooklyn. I can't walk outside without feeling somebody cough all over me, so.
Right.
Very easy.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, best of luck with the writing, and may the words fly from your fingers, as Jeff Cork likes to say.
As I like to say.
Back of the book quote. That's what we're
Cool. Thanks for calling in, Ritkin. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, thanks for calling in. Bye. Seems like I cut him off randomly. All right, James Smith. Old Smithy. Next caller.
James Smith.
What do we got, Jeff Cork?
We don't have this list arranged alphabetically, by the way. Which
what do you want?
Hey, I see it. This was a good one.
Yes?
I believe James Smith has a fun accent, too, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. What's the goal?
I do. Hello.
Hello, fun accent. Welcome back, Smithy.
Let me tell you about James Smith.
Yeah.
Like to lose weight. And one way he's going to plan on doing that, cutting out what he calls fizzy drinks. That's how I knew the accent.
All right, Smithy, how'd it go?
I was surprised you guys didn't bring that up last time when I called them fizzy drinks. But it went... you could say it went well, because the thing is, right, I didn't drink any fizzy drinks, but, okay, right, I did find a loophole, okay?
What?
So, a loophole. I found a loophole. So, instead of fizzy, I've been drinking a lot of water, right, but instead of fizzy drinks, I've also been drinking a lot of Lucozade Sport, which is all the sugar, none of the fizz.
What is it called? Lucozade Sport?
Oh, do you not have Lucozade Sport? Right, okay.
That's a random combination of syllables. Lucozade Sport?
Okay, I need to explain this then. So it's basically a sports drink. I don't know if you have anything like that.
Gatorade?
Maybe. I don't know what. We don't have Gatorade, so
what?
Maybe.
How do you have sports without Gatorade? My God. What are they?
Okay,
they dump a bunch of Lucasfilm gold on people's backs when they win a game, or what happens?
Okay, yeah, let's assume that it's just Gatorade then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, so I've been drinking a fair amount of that, pretty much 50-50 that and water.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to count that or...
God, this is self-policing, man. You got to control your own level up in the spreadsheet. What's your gut reaction?
What's the problem? The bubbles? Is that what what we were getting hung up on? Like,
okay, so the thing is, so I don't actually know what they put in Lucozade Sport, but the thing for me was, the sugar and the sort of addictive nature of it, I guess. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I honestly could swing either way.
Okay, I'll leave it up to you. I mean, the point though, did you lose weight?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
What are you talking about?
So the goal was to cut out fizzy drinks, which
with the goal of losing weight, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. I've never really been into checking my weight.
Okay.
It sounds silly, I'm sure, but
no, that's tough. All right, you're controlling your own level up on that one, Smithy, but we're proud of you. You do you. And what is your new goal for October?
So I figured I would. Am I allowed to? I not as a goal, but I'm obviously I can carry on not drinking fizzy drinks, of course.
You're allowed.
But yeah. So the new one, I think I'm just going to cut out snacks in the same theme.
Snacks.
But,
snacks is a broad, tough term, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What counts as a snack? What's on that snack line?
So if we're talking like, a caramel wafer after dinner, right. I think that's probably okay. But just anything in between meals. Okay, with let's say maybe with the exception of healthy snacks like fruit and what have you.
Yeah. Okay. The caramel wafer after dinner. I think you're going to be like, well, my lunch is now also, this bag of chips. That's just the appetizer.
Okay. We'll say no crisps then.
Okay. All right. That seems good. So cutting out snacks. That sounds like a very good goal. And are you going to weigh yourself before the next episode?
Sure. Why not?
All right, you madman. Cool. Well, thanks for calling in and thanks for the support, Smithy.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Right, bye. Yeah, somebody in the backstage pass are like, how does any civilization, especially with this mouth, oh boy. Cork, you'll never believe what people in the backstage pass.
The phone book.
Yeah.
Let's listen to that.
They say, how did any civilization ever learn to communicate? Which is a good point. The fact that we have 99.9% common interest with Smithy, and there's still these words where I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm sure vice versa.
Yeah, isn't it interesting the America chauvinism where it's like, what do you mean you don't have Gatorade? It's absurd to think that you don't have Gatorade.
What kind of society, therefore?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. Next caller is Tactical Dreamer.
Tactical Dreamer. I'm looking.
Hello.
Hello, Tactical Dreamer.
Oh, I see it.
All right, take it away, Cork.
Finish editing that bigger video and do 2 video podcasts on Second Son.
Wow. All right, the bigger video. How did it go, Tactical Dreamer?
I finished it yesterday.
There you go.
And what's it on again?
It's a jokey review for Paper Mario Origami King.
Oh, that's right. What's the definition of jokey again?
It is scientifically accurate. I use a science machine.
Ah, that's right. I did see that in the Discord. That is very fun. And the Second Son stuff?
Yeah, we did both of those podcasts, and I did the video versions. And that's why I sent you a question on one of the MinnMax about how you do video editing on a podcast, because it's hard.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you watch any of the Backstage Pass stuff, but hopefully you get some idea. But so did you just capture all your gameplay and then just slap it in?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what was hard about it for you?
Just learning how to use DaVinci Resolve is really what's hard for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, I did a little bit of video editing in college, but I haven't done any in probably 5 or 6 years. So just getting used to the tools and the shortcuts. I'm really not even using shortcuts, so it takes a very long time to move everything around. And
Right.
Zoom and unzoom specifically, I need to use shortcuts for. It takes forever to manually do that.
Yeah, and DaVinci Resolve is that free editing software that some people seem to like a lot. So you think it's solid software? It just takes a while to learn the basics of it?
Yeah, I used OpenShot for like one video, and then I downloaded Resolve, and there's like a billion more options. It's just taking a long time to get used to.
Oh, nice. Well, hey, do you have a new goal for October?
I do. I want to write at least 2 stories because I have my degree in journalism, but I have not written in probably 5 years, like since I graduated pretty much.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to that. And specifically, writing about games was always my goal. I just haven't found a great way to do that. It turns out you can just write on a blog. I don't know if you guys know this, but...
Yeah, it turns out anybody can write anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems cool, man. Are you worried about it, or you think you can pull it off?
I think it's not going to be great writing, because I haven't written in so long, but I'm excited to start again.
Jeff Cork, any tips on writing?
Double down on anything you're not 100% sure of, and don't take any criticisms. No, I don't. That's dumb. No, gosh, I'm trying to think. You put me on the spot here. I really don't. It's hard because it's just one of those things. I think a lot of it, honestly, is just I've been doing it a long time, so it just is like a muscle memory kind of thing at this point. You just kind of things flow out of you because you're just able to like compartmentalize your thoughts, and you kind of think about the way you think about stuff, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And you just kind of get accustomed to that. I'm sure you'll fall back into it fairly easily. I mean, it's like about a hobby that you're interested in, and if you've got like some writing background with like going to school for journalism, I think you'll be able to hit like at a minimum, you will be able to write something that is readable and interesting, which you're halfway there, baby.
That's it. Sweet. Well, hey, thanks for the support, and best of luck with the writing goal, Tactical Dreamer.
Hey, thank you guys.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Next caller is Medio, Jeff Cork, otherwise known as Matthew, rhymes with ice thice.
Matthew Thice.
Hello, Matthew.
I see it.
And what's the goal?
Properly shade a drawing and do college work, parentheses, don't miss any more assignments.
Wow. All right, which one do you want to start with, Matthew?
Well, I failed both almost immediately.
Okay, well, no harm done.
Okay. College Wolk. Let's start with that one since it's the one I failed full.
Sure.
It's I almost didn't want to call in because I failed my goals. But anyway.
That's fine. Look, this is part of the lesson.
Yeah, but anyway. My depression and anxiety got really bad this month. I fell into a vicious cycle of, if I go to class, then people will judge me. And it just kept snowballing until I was just too afraid to do any of the walk. I was just so far behind. I didn't do any of the walk, so I didn't know how to understand it. It was stressful. However, I have been getting better.
Okay.
Yeah. It may just be the antidepressants talking, but I am doing better in just going to class and just doing the walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much are you going to class these days?
Okay. Well, it's a Zoom meeting, so.
Okay.
And I only really missed the Zoom meeting for one class, so. But that one class, it just snowballed, and I just dropped it a few minutes ago, so.
Wait, drop the class?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be taking it again over the winter, but I just felt like I shot myself in the foot too early on this. I need to retreat and regroup.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Well, if it makes you feel better, Krista K in the chat says, I saw a drawing that looked pretty properly shaded to me.
Oh. Okay, well, moving on to the second one. I did attempt to draw Cork.
Ooh.
Just a still image from that thing. That's the topic. That's the topic the chat gave me. I mainly practice shading on fruits throughout the entire month.
Uh-huh.
So technically, I did shade a drawing.
There you go.
Okay.
It's nothing I'm proud of, though.
Mm-hmm.
I still look at my fruit drawings and the drawing of Cork and go, I can do better. This isn't something I would share with people.
Right. I'm sure even Van Gogh thought the same thing.
He also had schizophrenia and depression, so that might not be the best.
And analogy. He was scared of his Zoom calls. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. So you think you're going to keep drawing then, moving forward?
Oh, definitely. I've been drawing less, and just part of me just thinks, that was a mistake. I really enjoy this.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have a goal for October, or do you want to just keep those rolling?
Let's see. We're only supposed to have one goal.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. So, I guess I will double down. The school walk is more important. Not missing any more assignments this time.
All right. We believe in you, Matthew Thice.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Let's do it, baby. And if you need extra motivation, know that the rest of your life you'll have nightmares about not finishing schoolwork. So just get it all done now so that you can alleviate, an entire lifetime of nightmares about that scenario.
I already have them. Don't worry.
Oh, no, in the middle of it? Oh, that's terrible. Well, I hope you feel better. And hopefully, the Discord's a nice place to talk through some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I hope that you continue to draw, even if it's not part of your goal. It's just a fun thing to do.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sweet. Cool. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Goodbye.
Bye. Next caller. You wouldn't believe it. It's the mattress monkey himself.
The mattress monkey himself.
What was his goal?
All right. Check this one out.
Yeah.
This is a little wordplay.
Okay.
Do a deepest dive on cleaning the apartment.
Bo. Hello, mattress monkey.
Hey.
Hey, are you calling from the world's cleanest apartment? I hear an echo, so it must be just spotless.
No.
Oh. Well,
unfortunately.
No.
What happened?
No, actually,
what
I've been
happened?
doing it. So I've been tracking it on a spreadsheet. So I can go through that real quick.
Sure.
So bags of trash, 19.
What?
That I've thrown away. 19 bags of trash.
What's in
it? And that's not just...
Wow.
That's not just trash. It's just stuff that I didn't need anymore. It's a combination of everything.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's like shirts and stuff?
No, so that's separate. So that's 3 bags of clothes that I've donated So that's all the clothes and shirts and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
Why does your mind go to shirts when he's talking about things he doesn't need anymore?
Because I just moved and I threw away a lot of shirts, or dropped them off at Savers, I guess, specifically in Columbia Heights.
Shirts are hard to get rid of.
They
surprisingly.
are. You really feel an attachment to them. Just take a picture
I wear
of
them every day.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then 11 bags of paper shredded, like old bills and documents and that kind of stuff.
11 bags?
Yes, 11
Have
bags.
you seen the movie
That's
Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson?
No.
Okay, you should watch that and then you'll get that reference because he lives in a house that looks like 11 bags of documents.
Well, that's the thing. They were all just stuffed in like a filing cabinet.
Oh, okay.
Because it was old bills, and it's like from 2003, I think was like the oldest one I found.
I don't want to use the H word, but
no,
we're all leaning towards a certain word that rhymes with border that I shall not say on this podcast.
That sounds very judgy for this.
I'm not judging. I'm just asking.
You're not judging. You're just.
I'm just wondering if you consider
a word that's really judgy.
He's just slyly judgy.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
People would gawk at you weirdo. That's what he's trying to say.
But I mean, you've made progress. Yes.
That's a lot of bags.
The thing is, it wasn't like stuff was just stacked up all over my place. I have big closets, and it's just I used to just stuff everything in there. And so, almost like The Simpsons, where they stuffed it all under the carpet, and it was all uneven, kind of like that.
Right.
But it's been really good. I organized all my posters because they were all just kind of in tubes, like, just a bunch of tubes all over the place. I bought some portfolios so I can organize all of those. I got rid of on the spreadsheet, so 3 boxes of dishes, like dishes that
this sounds mission accomplished-y to me.
Yeah,
it does, but as I look in my apartment now, it's still kind of a mess.
Okay. So you're gonna sign up for another month of clearing out that apartment?
Yeah, I'd like to finish it. So I spend about 2 hours a day, taking some days off here and there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to continue that. And I think I'm going to kind of, as I finish the initial round of all the garbage, then I'm going to just do a second round of really reevaluating whether I really need some of this stuff or not.
Yeah. Well, hey, locking it in, that's the goal?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, best of luck. Eventually they'll get down to finding your mattress, Mr. Mattress Monkey, and I hope it's in okay shape.
Yeah, it's not a bunch of books anymore, so that's good.
We believe in you. And
right.
you can share pictures on the Discord if you're not too embarrassed about it. I'm curious what this apartment looks like.
Oh yeah, I'll share some.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for calling in, Mattress Monkey.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Next up is the biggie, Cork. This is Bob Buell.
Bob Buell. Here comes some energy.
What does his goal say?
Let's see. Bob Buell.
It was to lose a lot of weight before his friend's wedding that he was officiating.
Oh, that's right. You have him listed as Bob backwards.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he's going to lose a bunch of weight, 99 pounds total.
Bob Buell?
Good evening, Ben and Kyle.
Whatever, it's close enough. You sound thin as a rail.
Yeah, reedy.
Well, this must be a soundboard then, because I've failed my goal.
What? Oh no! Hang on. Do you really have the Bob Buell soundboard?
I cannot divulge the information about that soundboard. I do not have it. Maybe a certain person coming up later in this.
Interesting.
Episode.
I see how this
we'll
goes.
Have the soundboard. For you.
So.
So
your voice
weird.
makes me laugh every time. It's so silly. It's just a silly idea, your voice is. And so, Cork, get a load of what Bob Buell did. I'm going to rub his nose in it. He has a podcast called 99 Questions.
Yes.
And he's had Dan Reichert on, friend of the show, Mary Kish. I was on it. And he runs down, it's basically rapid fire questions. Whatever. Whatever, Bob. But
some BS.
Yeah, but he
shatter my dreams. That's fine.
No,
fine.
it's good. It's good. I like the podcast a lot. I'm just trying to explain it to Cork in the quickest way possible.
Yep.
So he had a guest drop out for the last episode. So what this crazy MFer did is he just went on chat roulette and asked him these 99 random questions. Just random people on chat roulette. And it is a good listen, man. I really enjoyed that. Like,
awesome. Like the questions were tailored for a specific person?
No, they're a set 99. Yeah.
Okay.
Always the same questions to different guests. And whoever would connect and wasn't explicitly showing their genitals, I just asked them a bunch of questions.
But my favorite is you said that you were in like the unfiltered area and there were just a lot of people just like showing you their gaping butthole and you were like trying to ask them some of the questions. You're like, maybe if I just
what is your favorite season, sir?
Yeah, my favorite was there was one gentleman who was completely nude except for just an orange tie that was perfectly tied around his neck. And I just went, "Excuse me, sir," and he quickly skipped past me.
Oh no! Oh no!
I would have loved to have asked him, like, "Do you believe in ghosts?" But
my favorite thing was, it's weird, like the themes that would pop up, and it seems like there was a recurring theme of everybody on chat roulette. As far as the scientific survey that I listened to that taught me, everybody on chat roulette loves weed and loves AOC. It came up multiple times. It was surprising.
Yeah, at least 3 times people were just like taking a hit from their rigs or whatnot mid-question. And yeah, a lot of love for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez out there. So, yeah.
On chat roulette, that's her demographic, baby.
Apparently.
I don't know what that is.
It was super fun and super insightful and worth the listen. The highest praise I've ever gotten for it was Flamin' Queso, who's just the best. He said it reminded him of the weirdest Reply All episode he ever heard. And I was like, I take that highest praise. That's amazing.
Oh, God. The part that stressed me out is like, you would talk to people for a while before telling them that they were on a podcast. It's like, you gotta let people know. My God. Well, and it's like, there's like those 3 girls at the end. I'm like, tell them, Bob. Tell them.
Listen, if any of them had this, had said anything like, "Oh, I don't want to be on," I would have immediately just cut them out.
You're right. You're right.
But after the fact, every one of them was like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Whatever."
Yeah. All right, so mission accomplished. All right, thanks for calling in, Bob. That seems to be your goal. No.
Whoa, wait a second here.
All right, the goal was to lose another 9 pounds or another 10 pounds this month.
8 and change. So let's call it 9. But yeah, I failed that last month. But there's a reason.
Yes.
I failed it because I was super stressed out because I had to officiate a wedding.
That's right.
Last Saturday.
My God.
How'd it go?
Thank you for asking, Jeff Cork. It went great.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I was so nervous going in.
Do you think you're more nervous than the bride and groom?
Oh, smart question.
Thank you. You should include it for 99 questions.
I thought it's such a specific question. I thought I was until I was up there and I was like the closest to the bride and groom of anyone else in that, in the backyard, because it was a backyard wedding. And I was like, oh, I know this guy and he looks so nervous.
Oof. Wait, what does that look like exactly? Just like pale or just
hugging the...
yeah, he was actively ripping at his tie, trying to take it off. He had like his face just didn't move. Like other than breathing, he just had this like plastered smile on, and I was like, oh no, he's so nervous.
But
right
I bet
now.
that helps because then you for the big wedding. I bet that helps though, because it's like it puts you more in a zone of like, I need to help my friend.
Yeah.
So therefore, I need to de-stressify myself.
Yep.
Yeah, it made me go off book even more. Because I had everything written out on a little like clipboard thing in front of me, but it was like now I could riff a little bit and like joke around just a tad bit to loosen everything up.
What do you have a joke you can share with us that does not work out of context at all?
I did. I had the joke I was most nervous of because I didn't know if anyone would get it. I believe I stole it completely from The Simpsons also, which worked out. It basically was a whole setup of like, this is the first time I've ever officiated a wedding, and I want to make sure I don't mess anything up. I don't want to mess anything up. And then I pull out a cue card and I put on my glasses and I said, all right, do I still have this card? Actually, yeah, somewhere I do. And I go, oh, Webster's Dictionary defines a wedding as the process of removing weeds from one's garden. And then I like quickly crumple up the card and go, oh no.
That's amazing.
I was very nervous that people wouldn't get it, but after like 3 weeks of doing dry runs on people who wouldn't be there, they'd be like, of course they're going to get it. Why wouldn't they get that?
Right, yeah.
and so I was like, all right, it's going in then.
But even if they didn't get it, like, what's the worst case scenario? Boo! Wordplay, boo!
I mean, so many tomatoes and empty beer bottles were whipped at me while I was doing
How many
ceremony.
minutes went by before you stepped in front of the bride so everyone could see an unobstructed view of you?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah. My cane and top hat barely fit on the stage.
Just elbow the guy with the frozen smile. Get off the stage. You suck. I got this.
That's nice. You didn't like accidentally get married to either of them yourself, did you? Because I've heard that's happened to a lot of officiants.
The classic trap.
Yeah.
Not again.
Okay, so now that the wedding's over, is it just going to be like, back on the pounds, let's go?
Yeah, baby.
All right.
I'm eating all the crisps that Smithy is eating.
Smiths and Georgie Poos or whatever that fizzy drink is called.
No, this was kind of a rushed one because of all the COVID stuff. They wanted to just like get it out of the way, like the ceremony part, and then they'll do the party reception part later. Which is weird, but I kind of get it. Like, it's not really safe to do a reception, so they just did a backyard thing.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was building up to, the whole 99 pounds,
right?
That's still another friend's wedding that I'm just a groomsman in. I don't have anything to say there.
Oh,
so that's still on the books. That's still, they still love each other, I think.
Nice. That's the way to go.
Yeah, that's still going on. So we'll reset the clock back to 9 pounds and see how that works.
Nice. Do you have a new strategy this month?
Don't officiate a wedding.
Okay.
Seems to be a pretty good strategy to not stress eat and be like, oh my God, no one's going to get my Simpsons joke. Or I did quote Final Fantasy IX during the ceremony also.
You're not alone? Oh, hang on.
No.
Oh, it was, did you quote Queen of Quill, which says, I do what I want. You have problem?
Nailed it. Yeah. I didn't think you'd get there, but you got there.
Yeah. What was the quote?
It was actually like a really heartfelt quote at the very end. They do that "I want to be your canary" play.
Sure.
And it's literally just somebody saying like, oh, it's a reference to other Final Fantasies too. They're like, no cloud or squall shall separate us, and we will get on the first boat tomorrow, leave all our possessions behind, and face the day together. Basically like, hey, the world's in a weird place right now, but it says a lot that these two are still willing to get married despite it all.
Are they they gamers? Like, did they get the wink and the nod to Cloud and Squall?
His brother, who's one of the groomsmen or whatnot, he came up to me afterwards, and without knowing what the speech was going to be, he was like, really bold of you to quote, I want to be your canary. I was like, okay. So definitely the groom got it. The bride probably didn't. But
yeah, I
said in the speech that it's from Final Fantasy and loudly shouting into the microphone, I regret nothing.
Right. So. Yeah. Super smart. Well, that's great. Thank you for calling in and good work officiating that wedding, dude.
Yeah, I try, and I would be remiss if I didn't shout out that I am now, as of this recording, a 15-time Mario 35 champion.
Great. All right, nice to talk to you, Bob. All right, we'll talk to you next time, buddy. Bye. All right, I'll get to hang up on. We'll get copyright struck by Hunter Bergen from AFI for playing. I like Bob Veal and everyone who else in the community is just like in love with 24-hour Party Zone.
Yeah, the song is the best.
The song does rule. There's no doubt. Hello, Rook.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Well.
We meet again, Cork.
We meet again.
All right, tell me this love affair. Tell me what happened and how you dragged this shameless corpse through to the end of Bloodborne.
Okay, so initially I wasn't planning on calling tonight because I had some stuff I was going to take care of, but I had to set aside this to say, let the record be known that I did not need to carry Jeff Cork.
Wow, really?
That man is a natural with a pistol in hand and a parry in his heart.
Very kind of you to say.
Yeah, but really,
I did enjoy doing the visceral attacks and like staring.
He's really like, no joke, dude's a natural, and he was really good at it. So before getting into it, I want to thank Adam Walker, who was the other blood bro, for going with joining me the entire month in helping other people learn the game and guiding people through Yarnum. But yeah, so the first night we burned through four bosses. Sorry.
Wow.
And I can't remember all of them. Sorry.
A lot of them.
We've been helping a lot of people burn through Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But it was an absolute blast. Cork was a delight, and we had he approached it with an earnest curiosity, but was still willing to push back on, well, okay, I see why you all love this game, but and it was I was appreciative of having that dialogue with someone.
Cork, you were pretty frustrated by the game?
I find elements of it frustrating, but at the same I think a lot of the frustration comes from I want to love it because it does so many things, atmospherically, is incredible. That world is amazing. I just wish they made it for little baby boys like me.
But you beat it. I mean, is there any chance you would have beat it without the community pulling you through?
Oh man, I think eventually if I really pushed myself, but it would have been very easy to give up. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the answer is no.
Do you understand the many people out there? I don't know if you're in this camp, Rook, of proclaiming it like one of the greatest games of all time, game of the generation.
I think it's the game of the generation, and it is tied with Breath of the Wild for my favorite game of all time. But
wow,
I understand why people bounce off of it.
Cork, do you understand that basic framing for this game, positioning in people's minds?
I do, because I think the things that does really well, it does unsurprisingly really well. I like how it rewards you for being a little more aggressive, because you can regain some of your health that you've lost after taking a strike within a certain window of time, which is great because my instincts are something hits me, I want to run away and heal, but it's I can make most of that back if I just stick with it and dodge.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of really cool stuff.
You learn that lesson well before a lot of people are comfortable with it. And I think that was hugely important. And from our last conversation we'd had, it sounds like you're enthusiastic to consider another run through at some point.
Yeah, because I think the New Game Plus, because I did go at least a certain part of the way through. I did go back to the very beginning of the game, those early areas, and just completely annihilated stuff that was really scary initially.
Yeah.
And I was really into that.
That sounds really fun.
It's a great feeling.
What was up with Sony a couple days ago where they just added Bloodborne to PlayStation Plus, and then a couple hours later they're like, oh, never mind. It was crazy that they just accidentally did that.
Totally Bloodborne 2 confirmed, right?
I think, yes, exactly. They left it up for exactly 2 hours. So. But Rob, did you have a goal for October?
Yes. So my last goal was the Buff by Blood Moon, which I did not level up from that. I got about 2 weeks through and eventually fell off because it was hard for me to maintain that.
Yeah.
But I'd been debating if I wanted to continue something in the vein of weight loss and physical productivity in that sense. But I wanted to lean into another aspect of health for myself as I've been dealing with, no surprise with everything that's going on right now, and how everyone's struggling. I myself am also dealing with some other stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, rather than focus on the outward, start with the inward and take up meditation again. It was one that you started off and put that idea in my head.
Oh, good.
And I figured I wanted to really consider it seriously, because I used to, back in high school, every day I'd walk about 1.5 miles to school, and then I'd get to school early and then just sit and meditate for about a half hour.
Oh, interesting.
And I fell off of it after high school. So I wanted to get back into that and allow myself to be more reflective.
Yeah, I feel like I should be meditating more. It's normally before any big recordings, like the podcast, I'll meditate before for just 10 minutes, or the deepest dive, which really stresses me out because there's a lot to jumble around there.
Right.
I will meditate for just 10 minutes. And every time it's oh yeah, that's right. This is just so nice. And I don't know why I don't do this more often, just to kind of reset the brain a little bit here.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I've been at with that sensibility, is there are things that I overwhelm myself with taking on the task, and then which is common, like once I get into it, like, oh yeah, that really wasn't that bad. I should have just done it from the beginning.
Right.
And I feel like meditation should help me in distilling that mentality and keep it moving forward.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so
both of you having experience with it, what would you recommend then for if someone was interested? Because I think that's something that I'd like to do as well.
Yeah.
Steal your thunder. Is that something you'd recommend doing like first thing while you're still in bed and start the day out that way, or before you go to sleep, or is it something just like in the middle of the day? Like,
I think middle of the day, or I think doing it in bed, you'd kind of get too sleepy with it, and it's nice to do it at a time when you're not going to fall asleep.
Right. I was going to say that I don't have a huge issue getting out of bed in the morning, but if I allowed myself to start meditating, I'd zonk right out.
Yeah.
Let alone my plan was. What's that?
Let alone our friend Ritkin over here.
I don't know. I'm proud of him from what it sounds like.
He did it, I guess.
He did great. But my plan was to, after work every day, once I get home, focus on that, clear my mind of the day, and try to focus on the second half of the day that I have remaining.
Yeah.
And clear that open to myself.
Yeah. I think that's a very good way to go about it. Cool. All right. So meditation, that's the goal for October?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right on. Well, best of luck, man. Thanks for calling in, and thanks for dragging Cork along.
Yeah, thank you so much again.
Thank you for joining, Cork.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And thank you for being a huge supporter of MinnMax this month. You were at that podcast plug tier, which is incredible. Thank you for stepping up and supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for providing something I want to support.
Oh, you're very sweet. All right, take care, dude.
Bye. Be kind to each other.
Bye. For the last time, okay. Let's see. Hugo H2P. Calling him up.
I got him.
All right, great. In our previous call history, there's a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog. Hello, Hugo.
Ennui Ben Hanson.
What? Oh,
there it is. Spoiler.
Jeff Cork, what was the goal?
Is a twofold or do-fold. Lose 7 pounds by next call and learn French.
My God. Merci, Hugo H2P.
Yeah.
Mon ami.
I've been doing like really intensely on Duolingo. I've managed to keep up like all 30 days, not missed once.
Yeah.
I can read really well now. Like I think most of the stuff I can read, I can get a lot of the words through context. Formulating phrases and sentences is still a little hard, but it's getting there. So I definitely want to keep this up.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Jeff Cork is wondering if you're in the shower at a gym or what that noise in the background.
No, it's just my girlfriend frying chicken in the background.
Oh, of course.
Sorry.
No, that's totally fine. That's impressive. So Duolingo, I mean, pretty easy. You didn't spend a lot of money on it or anything?
No, I just I actually paid halfway through. I decided to give it a try for the monthly premium version that they have.
Yeah.
Just so I could practice more per day and not be limited by the amount of tries and exercises. Because I felt like the basic, I was getting by, but not enough practice every day to get really into my head. So I halfway through, I was like, okay, I stuck with it for 2 weeks. I think I'm going to be able to stick through the month. So let's put some money down.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. Well, congratulations. And are you going to stick with it? Do you think you're going to retain French for a while?
Yeah. I think so far 2 out of the 3 BetterQuest goals I've been able to keep on doing. I'm still drawing every day. I got the French. I'm going to keep on going.
Yeah.
The problem was the lose weight portion. Or the chicken frying on the background.
Make sure it's extra fried.
Well.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. Did you want to set a new goal for October?
For October, well, I was gonna also say meditation, but now I don't want to be repetitive.
Dude, hey, it's good is good, man. Please, you know how many people say lose weight? No repetition here.
That's true. But yeah, I think I want to try and pick back the exercising because I think 3 months ago that was my goal and I managed to do it well. So I want to pick back the exercising, this goal that I didn't accomplish this month. I want to try next month. and add meditation on top.
Hey, that sounds awesome. All right. Well, as they say in France, keep cooking that chicken. Cool.
Au revoir.
All right. Thanks so much. Au revoir. Au revoir. Is it au revoir? Is that what you say?
Nobody knows.
Everyone just does it quickly and hope no one.
That's the secret.
The entire countries don't call us on this.
Yeah.
I know to say dirty words in French because of our trips to Montreal, where they have a very specific series of swear words up there, all based around the Catholic Church.
What do you got? Give me one.
Tabernacle and chalice. Oh. So hey, we're not censoring that for you Montrealians. So please enjoy. Montreal, Cork. How'd you say that?
Enjoy my toilet talk.
How would you say Montreal people?
I don't know.
Exactly. Hello, Adam Walker, Texas Ranger.
Hello, it's me this time.
Woo! Yahoo! Thanks for calling in, dude. Jeff Cork is going to go through your goal. What is it, Cork? Oh, and Cork's mic cut out for the final time. But I'll read it. It is to organize an entire game catalog, backlog lists.
Yes. Okay.
My God, that sounds brutal.
So, I was able to alphabetize just under 200 physical games. Wow. I have around, I think I have written down, and these are just about, I might have missed a couple.
Sure.
36 PS1 games, 18 GameCube games, 76 360 games, 30 Xbox One games, and 18 PS4 games.
I love that. So hang on, you're arranging them alphabetical, so not the heights like all over the place?
I'm separating them by by console and alphabetizing them.
Thank God.
That would. Can you imagine?
Oh, be terrifying.
That would look awful.
Plus, with the PS1 CD cases and the long boxes, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But on top of that, with the backlog, I was able to knock out one of the games that I made a list of basically my backlog games that were games that I really enjoyed, got about 70% of the way through and just fell off basically because I started playing another game.
Right.
And one of the games I knocked off that list was God of War 3, which I had basically gotten to, I think, honestly, just before the Zeus fight.
Yeah. Fun.
And finally knocked that out, and it really reinvigorated me to go through the rest of these games. And next, I'm trying to decide if I want to go after Alien Isolation, which kind of ties into the month, or Dishonored, which is one that I've been sitting on for a while that I just for some reason never went back to finish.
I think Dishonored would be really fun to play in October. It feels like that type of game, doesn't it?
Alien Isolation is a real good October game too, though.
Yeah.
It's very spooky.
Yeah. Which way are you leaning?
So good.
I'm leaning Alien Isolation because we just came off of the movie night of watching Alien and Aliens, two of my all-time favorites. And also because I feel like I was closer to finishing that one. But I probably won't know until I start it up, because I haven't not started back up yet.
Yeah. And do you want to explain these movie nights?
So we've been doing them for like the last couple months. We started off with Mac and me as like a joke.
Yeah.
And we've been doing good movies and bad movies. Just for examples, we've done the Mortal Kombat movie. We've done the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. We also did like a marathon with like Total Recall, Jurassic Park, a few others.
Jesus.
But October is all spooky, horror themed. The week before we did Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice.
And this is all through the Discord?
This is all through the Discord.
And how does it work? You just share your screen, or what?
Yeah, we're just sharing our screen in the voice channel and letting people come in and watch and talk over them. Depending on the movie, sometimes there's more talking, sometimes there's less. But
right,
it's been really great.
That sounds really fun. Nice way of sticking together. Well, cool. All right. So finishing one of these games is the goal?
Well, I'm still planning on, because I got like one half of this organization bit down.
Right.
What I want to do for this month is finish getting, because I have a lot of loose discs. I have a lot that aren't in cases, and I want to get DVD cases and CD cases for the PS1 games, and print off all the covers, get them so they actually look nice and pretty on my shelf, and then so you're not staring at Sharpie saying Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage on it.
Right. There's some charm to that, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so make the shelf look nice is the goal for October.
Yeah, and I want to, and I'm not sure how realistic this is because most of these games I'm not sure how far into them are, but I would like to finish one of these games a week off my list. Yeah, and on top of that, I also have to beat Sekiro by the end of the month.
Jesus. Well, hey, good luck, man. Hope you got some free time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, cool. Well, best of luck, and thanks for being a great mod there, Adam Walker, Texas Ranger.
And thank you for helping me so much with Bloodborne.
All right, take care, dude. Bye. That's it, Cork. That was the journey.
That's it.
What a good community. What a nice community.
The best.
A really good community. Nice community. Cork, the show is not done. Sir. Some would say it's just warming up because we have to set our own goals for October.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this? How long have you had one cooking here?
Funny you should say it that way.
Oh.
That doesn't really answer the question, but it's basically my goal. Should I get into it?
Cork?
I want to cook some more food.
Cook more food.
But I want to cook like dinners at least like twice a week for the family.
Wow, twice a week. Okay, what's the normal meal routine? The wife takes care of it?
She usually cooks a lot, or it's just kind of one of those like grab food yourself people.
Right.
Kind of a thing. So, because we usually have like a lot of just easy to pick up kind of stuff, but I want to get back in the habit of cooking because I really do enjoy cooking. I just don't.
What do you like about it?
I like the process of like prepping all the ingredients and putting them in like little bowls and stuff, so like a cooking show. So then when it comes time to actually like mix everything up and add it, it's just like, oh, and here's all the onions that I've already cut up. And, here's that. It's very satisfying.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't like doing dishes, but
dirty.
Oh well.
Do you have like a dish in mind? A goal dish?
Well, it's interesting because like my wife, she's had a goal that she's like, I want to learn how to make like a really good steakhouse style burger.
Oh, interesting.
So like she's been doing a lot of experimentation with that just over the past few months, and I think she's kind of nailed it, which is great.
Unfortunately, it's with human.
It's with human, yeah. Oh well, what can you do?
Good eats.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I want to like find what I want to make also, because something beyond like I feel like at least like spaghetti would feel like a huge cop out. You know what I mean? Like I would like something that requires a little more preparation.
Right. Oh, that sounds like a good one. I like that one. For me, I've had a long stretch of mental ones, and I've kind of been doing physical stuff on the side, like, running or lifting weights and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, I should just go full on into a physical one. So my goal is, I feel bad because it's boring. It's bad podcasting.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it anyway because it hasn't stopped me yet. I'm going to do a core workout every day. Like YouTube video on abs or whatever. I think it's going to be kind of fun to like get into the YouTube fitness scene. I did a little bit with like lifting weights, and there's so many blowhards out there, but I want to find like somebody who has a daily core workout routine that I can do on my computer and just kind of mirror some Abby stuff, as Dan Reichert would say.
That'd be fun too. And then you can recommend like some people that you've like clicked with that you think are doing a great job, and kind of like surface maybe some creators who are maybe not as well known, if you find any that are worth anything.
Yeah. So do like, hang on, let's look it up. So
this guy does the best sit-ups.
Sit-up workout, and then let's filter it by
worst
view count. Okay, and then I can't go to the furthest page. I was trying to flip it, but it looks like YouTube changed it, so it doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to find one with like 4 views and really celebrate them. But yeah, it'll be maybe boring to report back on, but I'm then going to play a xylophone on my abs at the end of the month. So we have that to look forward to. Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. So
nice.
Something for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Who doggy? How you doing, Cork? Anything else you want to cover?
Anything else I want to cover? Well, this is kind of related. I have not finished it yet, but I'm reading Lindsay Ellis's novel Axiom's End.
Wow,
and
sounds smart.
It's super interesting. It's a sci-fi book, and it's got some stuff in there. This is gonna. I'm gonna reveal myself, or at least a part of me I'm not proud of. There is a thing that she writes about that is central. That's about aliens, right?
Okay.
And it says that in the book jacket. She describes them. I just wish there was a picture in there just so I could be like, what are you getting at specifically? Because she's very clear about what it is, to the point where I'm like, I think I get what you're getting at. Just draw me a picture.
It's like a Trelfmagorian from Slaughterhouse-5 where it's like, what? It's like a hamburger helper hand?
Like
I don't know.
Plunger, but then it's got a hand. What? Yeah, I think it would be. And then I was like, I'll just look up some fan art. And I was like, it's more Mewtwo looking than I was expecting.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I just wish that it had a picture. Maybe even because she's like a YouTube creator, she's phenomenal. Maybe instead of the picture of her in the back of the book, because we all know what she looks like, have a picture of the alien.
Cork, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I think you do know how to paint things now.
Oh, that's true. I can try to pretend like I'm drawing, like I'm painting a horse, and it'll end up looking like that alien. Very
My
smart.
God, what have I done? That's perfect. Have you gone back to painting at all?
I did, and it was a complete disaster.
Oh, really?
I got so incredibly frustrated. That was like probably the biggest source of frustration this month, honestly. I got to a point where like I had it all sketched out on the canvas, and then I just applied that first layer of paint, and it was like, I can't do this. I just need instruction.
Yeah.
I just need a class, I think, and it just breaks my heart knowing that like there is not a conceivable reality where that's going to be happening anytime in the future.
No, you're on your own,
I just want to sit in a
dude.
room and have someone look in and say like, "Oh, this is how you do this," because I think it would click with some instruction, and like I know it's in there, but I just can't do it by myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, at some point in the future. Hopefully this show will keep going on for long enough in a post-COVID world where we can do those in-person goals again. That'll be an interesting time.
Exactly.
I had a little one. This month. I feel embarrassed talking about it, but this is the goal of BetterQuest is no shame here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have this weird thing, and I started keeping a food diary to try and track it. I have this weird thing where sometimes my face will just get really red, not like in a blushy kind of way, but like a rosacea thing, where like my cheeks are red. And the worst is when like I see comments on YouTube or like in the live chat just about like, what's wrong with your face? Are you sunburned? I was like, no, it's just my face just explodes for some reason, and I can't keep track of it. It might be alcohol related. I don't know exactly. And so I've been trying to keep track of that for a long time. But then also there's a double whammy of there's also a bunch of YouTube comments, and Tim is right. I do read the YouTube comments too much about just like, what's wrong with Hanson's face? Why is he so sweaty? What's happening in that basement? Like a lot of that crap, which drives me nuts. And so just this last month, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start wearing makeup. It's always been like embarrassing. And I remember years ago on the Game Informer show, Miller brought up like, we should be wearing makeup on the show. And I was like, that's the lamest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I believe I probably mocked him to his face about it. And now it's like, I think Miller was right. And it has like really changed my attitude about myself to know that I have like this secret weapon of every time my face does break out in that way. My girlfriend's very smart. She can probably hear me, but she just bought some like bronzer. I don't know what the hell it is. There's some
kabuki makeup,
but it's just this crap that I just take a tiny, tiny droplet of and spread on my face. And then it's like, oh, now it doesn't look red anymore. And it's just amazing. Cool. Like it's really changed my self-esteem in a shockingly big way. Yeah. And then also I got, what are these?
I don't know.
Oil absorbing sheets, apparently. So every time I do a podcast, I just take one of those and I just like rub it over my face. And then it looks like, remember The Simpsons when they rub the burger on the wall and then it becomes see-through? It looks like that where it's like, you know, it's a sheet and then you rub it on my face, then it just becomes like this clear matte, but then it just removes all sheen for like a podcast. And now it's getting a little bit shiny again, I guess, but it'll last for a while. But like that 1-2 punch is like, oh, this is wonderful. So if you're self-conscious about aspects of your face and you've never worn makeup before, look into it a little bit. I think it's a good thing. There's a reason half the population does it a lot, you know?
I had a freckle on my chin, and I was like, I'm going to draw attention, but growing a gross-ass beard. No, it's not.
What is going on with the beard? Are you gonna get rid of it now?
I don't know what the problem is anymore. Here we are.
Has your wife? I know this is the most boring conversation. It's like asking David Letterman about his beard. Mm-hmm. But has your wife given a pro or con?
No, she said years and years ago that she liked me with a beard, but that's when it was just like a
human beard,
a Ben Hanson style beard.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. See, this is the lack of communication in your house. Is no one knows what they like.
No one knows what's going on. It's just rumors and hearsay.
Hearsay. Cool. Well, thank you to everybody that supports us at patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. Thanks to everybody that called in. Thanks to everybody that jumped into the Discord to share their goal there. You don't need to be a $20 supporter to create your own goal. You can support us at any tier and then jump into that Discord and then jump into that Excel spreadsheet and enter your goal there, enter your level there, all that fun stuff. Be sure to update your levels and your goals if you are in that spreadsheet already. Jeff Cork?
Yes, sir.
Parting message?
Keep trying.
Keep trying out there, everybody. We know it's a tough time. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting having the last couple of months of people talking about depression in this, time and stuff. And I've definitely noticed that with myself, where, maybe I should have had this as a question, but in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm not as susceptible to that. But then I've been super depressed this month, like really bad, and just really anxious too, in a way I haven't been for years and years. Like even recently, like we streamed Among Us last week or something. And I noticed some people commented like, why isn't Hanson talking that much? I was dead, first of all. But second of all, like I was just like breaking down. Like I can't talk. I don't want to talk in this. Like I can't do it anymore. And I don't think I'm willing to accept the fact that like, turns out the state of the world is having an impact on me.
Yeah.
I like to think that I'm above that.
I had like the state of the world, and also like this past month for like work, I took on a project that was fairly substantial that took like a lot of my energy, and it was like one of those things where like it's nice now because I don't have a project that's looming over me like that, but there's almost always something kind of humming along in the background that I just tend to fixate on, like, oh god, I've got this cover story and they're fun to write, but it's an awful lot of work and it's all I think about for like a month.
Yeah.
So I don't have any of that kind of stuff going on right now, which is nice because it's just a little more relaxing. I feel like more at peace. I have a tendency to get consumed by outside stuff too often.
Right. Yeah. I mean, do you even consider that outside stuff? That seems like inside
I guess
stuff.
It's all outside stuff. Yeah.
I guess so.
If you think about it.
That's true. All right. Thanks for calling in, everybody. And thanks for watching or listening to BetterQuest. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next month with a new episode. And as we say, Twilight, Highlight, Twilight, everybody.
AFI.
Do you want to get your name or Twitch or YouTube channel in the description of everything we release? Record a podcast with us, put a picture of your choice on MinnMax's TV, or a whole lot more? You can check out the benefits for supporting us on Patreon. If you support MinnMax at any tier on Patreon, you can submit questions or comments for us to read on the air, and you'll also get access to the wonderful MinnMax Discord. We need your help to keep this whole indie trainer rolling, so we'd appreciate it if you checked us out.